everyone, it's Megan from Colorado Sugar Gliders, and today I wanted to do a video on a question I hear a lot, and that is, are sugar gliders high maintenance pets? So the simple answer would be yes, but let's kind of quantify that a little bit. They're high maintenance compared to what? So the way I look at pets is down at the bottom, as far as maintenance, you have fish. And then, the next category would be hamsters and guinea pigs. And then cats and dogs. Above that, maybe reptiles. And then, in this top tier, you have really exotic things like monkeys. So if you're comparing sugar gliders to other animals in the small animal category, then they are typically higher maintenance. They require larger habitats. You'll see behind me, actually I have 2 cage setups, but they do require a larger space. They require a lot of stimulation as far as toys and whatnot, so a lot of that needs to kind of change and be rotated to keep them stimulated and active. Another thing that can be a plus or minus, I guess it depends for you, is that they are nocturnal. So they're going to be sleeping, primarily in the hours you're awake, and then they wake up at night and are playing and active then. So I think that the best way to define how high of maintenance they are is really to put them in the cat and dog category. So rather than putting them down with the hamsters and guinea pigs, we're gonna put them with cats and dogs. And the reason for that is, well, there's a couple reasons. One of them is that they have a very long lifespan. So in captivity, sugar gliders generally live 10 to 15 years. So that really is like a small dog. So that's a longer term commitment, time commitment than say a guinea pig. Another area in which they're similar with cats and dogs is that they require daily attention. So that can take a couple forms. Part of it is passive, so because they are nocturnal, you can put them in a pouch to sleep, on your person. You can wear it around your neck or under your shirt, and they can sleep in there during the day, and that builds, it's a passive way to build a bond with sugar gliders. You also spend time with them in the evenings. So we generally try to get ours up about 7 in the evening, and we have a big pop-up mosquito net that we get them out in, and we give them treats and we let them crawl all over us, and they crawl up the tent and jump and just kind of let them play. All of this is done to bond with them, because sugar gliders, they do bond with their owners, which is what makes them a really cool pet. They learn their names, they learn who you are, they get to a point where they want to come to you when they hear you coming, but that takes time bonding. So like a puppy, where you'd be spending some of that time, maybe training them and potty training, gliders also need some time commitment, but it's spent more with that bonding. Another area that they could be considered high maintenance in is that they do require a specialized diet. They require a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, as well as some protein. Now, there are several diets that have been developed specifically to meet their needs, and I will put links to the one we use down in the bottom in the description. It's called the TPG, the pet glider diet. And it's fruits, vegetables, proteins, as well as calcium and multivitamin that you add to it. Now, it seems like that could be a lot of work, but honestly, we spent about 15 or 20 minutes once a month, make up a whole big batch, and then freeze it in ice cube trays. And then the day we need it, we just pop a couple ice cubes out, or the food in the ice cube trays, just pop a couple out and put it in their dish and sprinkle the vitamins on it. So they don't eat a lot. So about an ice cube amount, you know, a tablespoon to tablespoon and a half is what they need of that. So it is more of a time commitment than just giving them, you know, dry food. But considering you can do it ahead of time and freeze it, it's really not that complicated or expensive. You can use fresh or frozen fruits and vegetables and whatnot. They also, because they have such a fast metabolism, they can be given some dry pellet type food, but it's really just used for a snack, and if they're hungry, you know, and they finished all their other food. The other area that I would say they would technically be high maintenance in is that they do require an exotic vet. Now the plus side is sugar gliders do not need any vaccines, and if they're given a good, healthy, balanced diet, and they have, you know, a good, large enough setup and plenty of stimulation, there are not a lot of health problems that they have. Another area where sugar gliders could be considered high maintenance is that really you need to have more than one. Sugar gliders are colony animals. So in the wild, they will generally live in colonies of 7+ adults plus their young. In captivity, we generally see pairs or trios. Now we have a trio. We have a male, and then we have 2 females that were twins. So that kind of creates a good environment, but because they're so social, they really need a friend. And this is something that it doesn't matter how much time you're able to spend with them, people cannot fulfill their need for a companion of the same type. So I hope this video was helpful in answering the question, are sugar gliders high maintenance? Again, if somebody asked me, I would have to say, yes, they are, but what are you comparing them to?